Should I sell a course or coaching? The quick answer, in my opinion, is to sell courses. I'm going to explain to you why I think courses are so incredibly underrated for you to sell as an entrepreneur, and why I think coaching is so incredibly overrated, but it's what everyone is recommending. Like, if you're a beginner getting into this kind of space, everyone will recommend you to get into what's called high ticket coaching, where you'll do one-to-one coaching and you'll charge 1K, 5K, whatever. And I think that's such a terrible business model, and I'll explain why. First, let me explain what selling a course is like. What's the whole process? Let me walk you through it in like autistic detail so you know what you're getting into. And then I'll cover what selling a coaching package is like in autistic detail so you know what you're getting into, and then you can compare both of them. So when you're going to sell a course, you basically need to have already some kind of achievement in an area of life that other people would want to replicate. So you've built a great physique, or maybe you got to day 90 of NoFap, or you've made money in a different business model, or you have a great relationship or whatever. You're going to take all that knowledge and basically record like a video playlist, just like a selection of YouTube videos. Like, it's the same process. You sit down, maybe you'll script some points beforehand, and then you record a collection of maybe 9 videos, maybe 15 videos, whatever. And that's your course. And I really want you to think about how easy that is. Like, putting together a course is like putting together 10 to 15 YouTube videos. You already know the process. If you're watching this video, you probably have, considered being a YouTuber at some point. You already know the process of making YouTube videos, and it's actually not that tricky. And videos can absolutely change people's lives. So this is why people would pay for this. Because you might be thinking like, yeah, sure, that sounds easy, but why would anyone pay for that? Well, because people easily say that videos change their life, and you agree. Probably some of my videos have changed your life before. And so many people are actually willing to pay for the content, like the locked video course. And there's another tip in my mind, actually. Don't you think that people would actually want content more than calls? Like, this is one more benefit why I think courses are better than coaching. People consume a lot of content. We all know that, right? But those same people, a lot of people are kind of scared of having like calls, right? Like, imagine the kids and even the adults, that everyone's watching content these days, but a lot of people don't actually like that kind of personal touch where, if they have to call up the doctor, or if they have to call up to like order from a restaurant or something, they'd find that kind of like uncomfortable. That's what coaching is like. With a course, you're basically going to be selling exactly what is the biggest thing in demand these days, which is content. So even though your brain might be thinking like, yeah, but why would anyone pay for this? If it's just like a selection of YouTube videos, because the demand's so fucking high. Like, everyone is consuming content these days. So it's not up to you to reject yourself and say like, no, but why would anyone buy it? Because, it's just like a YouTube video and you can get this for free. Motherfucker, like, stop cucking yourself. Stop rejecting yourself. People buy this stuff. So your work task would be to think of the idea of the course, like the topic, and then script it out in a way that you feel like you'd really be able to convey the knowledge that they need. Record it. Maybe it'll take you a day or two, and then it's done. And then you'll make a sales page to sell the course. I use this website, which is actually behind me, called School. This is like my self-improvement community. I only started this a month ago, and it's got 30K a month revenue, 30K MRR. I started this just a month ago, and it's got up to 30K, which is just courses. It's just a couple of courses I've put in here, which is fucking awesome, right? So I use this website. It's called School, Skool. You could, my business program is going to be linked in the description. You could click on that and then just have a look at the website it's hosted on. But I use that. It makes it super easy. You upload your files, you set the payment price, whatever, and then it's ready. That's it. We'll talk about the price another day, how much you should price it. There's a different video on my channel about high ticket or low ticket. Maybe I'll make a different video about like monthly recurring revenue or one time, whatever, because I've done a lot of experimentation. But once you've done that, that's it. That's what selling a course is like. That's what making the course is. You script like a selection of YouTube videos, you record them, you put them up in like some kind of platform, and then you're ready to sell. Like, that's it. That's all you've got to do. You know what the beautiful thing about this is? What do you think you're going to spend your time doing after that point? So let's say you grind it out over like a weekend. You make your course, you grind it out, tons of black coffee. Come on, I'm going to script it all on Saturday. I'm going to record it all on Sunday. You've done a weekend of work, okay? From Monday, what work task do you have? Think about it. Your course is made. You've uploaded it to the platform. What work task do you have? Content, marketing, right? You've just got to market the course, get people to click the link, and then some people will buy it, right? You don't realize how powerful what we just talked about was. Your only task after making your course is blowing up on social media, like making content and then marketing the course. Just think about that, because there's almost no other business. Like, you don't realize the scale of what we're talking about. Holy shit, this should give you shivers. Once you've made your course, the only thing you have to do is just get good at social media. And you're probably thinking, yeah, but you have to do that with every other business anyway. Motherfucker, listen, there's no other task you have to do. There's no extra fulfillment, delivery. You don't understand. Like, this is a 10 out of 10 significant point we're making here. This is the biggest argument of this video. The biggest benefit of selling a course compared to selling coaching is that once you've made your course, which you can do in like a weekend, 100% of your business work time can be spent on social media, blowing up on the algorithm, getting more followers, and sending them to the sales page, which, let's all be honest, is the highest leverage task you could do in business anyway. Like, think about it. What is the most important task you could do in a modern day business? It's blowing up on social media. It doesn't matter what kind of business you're in, posting content is the biggest priority. So selling a course is so powerful because it lets you focus on the one priority of all businesses, which is posting content to social media. Let's now compare this to what selling a coaching package is like. So you do the same thing where you think about the topic that you can coach people on. So it's like self-improvement or NoFap or relationships or whatever you've got a decent amount of progress in. Then you don't really need to make anything right away. So you just need to set up some kind of sales page or some kind of sales system. Selling coaching, especially quite expensive coaching on a sales page, doesn't work so well. So what you have to do is an extra step of bullshit, which is now you have to have what's called like a sales process. Instead of just having a sales page like mine, you click on a link and it'll just tell you, hey, you want to buy this, $300, whatever, done. With coaching, because it's often more expensive, you'll now need to have like sales calls. So you'll go on a random website where someone can book into your calendar, like they can rape your calendar, put themselves inside of there. A time you were maybe wanting to go to the gym, but you can't because this guy from fucking India is considering your coaching, even though they wouldn't be able to fucking afford it. So you've got this whole extra process now where to sell coaching, you'll often need to take sales calls. And now you're just taking extra calls through the day to just try and convince people to buy your package. And now you have to learn the skill of like, oh, I've got to be on sales calls. Oh, like, this guy's from Ethiopia or some shit. Should I maybe delete the call? Because I don't think people from there could maybe afford my package. You've got to learn this whole extra game. Like, you have to learn the skill of sales. And you're spending 2 hours a day, 4 hours a day on calls just trying to get the sale. Now, each sale you get in coaching will often be more expensive than the sale you get in the course. What I recommend is like low ticket courses, $100, $200. Coaching you can often sell for $1K, $2K, $3K, $5K, $10K, whatever. And so a lot of people like to have this snarky, like this fucking retarded mindset, which is like, yeah, but like you could sell a coaching package for $10K and you'd have to sell 100 courses for that price. And I'm like, yeah, but it doesn't like, oh, what, 10K is bigger than $100? Yeah, of course it is, you fucking retard. But it's not about which number is bigger. It's about which number, like, overall makes you the most money and gives you the best life, right? So you might set your coaching for 1K, for example, which 1K is more than a $100 course. But selling 10 courses is probably infinitely easier than selling one coaching package, because to sell one coaching package, you have to set up the sales system. You've taken 2 calls, 3 calls, 4 calls, and then let's say, okay, you've set up your sales system, which was the sales calls, or maybe you send people to your Instagram and you're texting every person who sends you a message saying like, oh, hey, you're interested, you want to buy my coaching, whatever, and you're spending time texting, like this extra business time that you didn't have to do for courses. Let's say, okay, quickly you got a sale. Awesome, you made like $1,000. Now the work begins. Like for courses, what's really nice is when you get the sale, that's it. They've given you the money, they get instant access to your course, and then you just keep making your content to keep growing on social media and sending more people to the sales page. That's powerful. When you get a sale in your coaching package, That's when the work begins. That's when you actually speak to this person, you try and deliver on the promise. You have to do these calls, you have to send them like this roadmap, you have to convince them to stop being fucking lazy and help them to actually get that result. Like, think about it. When someone buys your course, what they're actually buying is the course itself. That's the weird beauty. Like, this is very specific advice if this is more for the advanced people. But if you've heard this phrase before, which is like, sell the holiday, not the plane ticket, that's actually not the case with low ticket courses. With low ticket courses, people are actually buying the plane ticket. They just want that content, which is beautiful. People buy to get the content. With coaching, people don't buy to get coaching. They buy to get the results. That's what's difficult. Like, people don't buy, like, let's say marriage coaching to speak to a guy who says he's a professional in marriage, whatever, or, to have those sessions. They buy it because they don't actually want to get divorced and they want to have sex more often. When you buy like a $50, $100, $150 course on marriage, you literally are buying the modules. When people are buying low ticket courses, they literally know they're buying there's less pressure to deliver. Half of that's because of the price point is often lower with the courses and the price point is higher with coaching. And half of that is just the form of content is that people kind of like are looking forward to have that content in and of itself, compared to no one really looks forward to having the coach. They want the end result. This means that when you sell a coaching package, or if you sell like a community and there's like coaching elements in there, then the pressure's on you to actually get this retard the result. And I'm telling you right now, I'm one of the best coaches in the world. The amount of like thousands of calls that I've done where I've had guys suicidal and I have stopped them from fucking killing themselves. I get to put my hand up and say I'm one of the best coaches in the world. And I'm telling you right now, still, 80% of guys are not going to actually take real action. Honestly. Especially with lower price, but even with higher price. Most people just don't get the results. It's just that simple. Only about like 5% of people, if that, 10%, 15%, actually like take real action, have the perseverance, have the one singular mindset. They just focus on this one goal and they go and get the results. What I like to say is, like, this will take some pressure off you, is it's not actually the coach that makes that much of a difference. I really don't think so. It's actually the clients themselves. It's the person, like the customer themselves. It's not how good your course is or how good your coaching is. It's just how good the customer was. There's some customers who could buy whatever program and they'll say like, oh yeah, it was amazing, I got results from it. And there's some people who could buy whatever program, the same program, and say, no, it was crap, I didn't get any results from it. Because honestly, the difference between like a good coach and a great coach is actually not even that crazy. It's the guy who is getting coached. So that's just a quick disclaimer for me to say, like, bro, you sell this coaching package, you'll be helping this person and, they want to lose fat, or like whatever your niche is. Let's say you promised, okay, I'll help you lose 10 pounds of fat in the next month. And a lot of these motherfuckers will just lose nothing. They just won't take action. You'll get one guy who breezes through it. He does everything right and he gets the result and it's awesome. Okay, sick. That guy also would have gotten success in anyone's program. That's just the top performer. That's just a human being who's actually not a fucking retard. And he actually just does the cause and effect to get to his result. But most people, they just won't actually take action. Now, when you sell the package for coaching, you have to now actually go ahead and fulfill that. So you're going on calls with these people, which might be a weekly call for an hour, or it might be a weekly call every 2 hours, which I know you're thinking like, oh, one weekly call is not that much, 1 hour, it's not that much, right? Yeah, but imagine having 10 guys in there though. Imagine having like 10 calls through the week and you're trying to fit it in with your normal schedule as well. You're not working crazy hours like 9 to 5 or anything. Okay, sweet. But like it's something in your schedule, which if you were actually really fucking rich, you probably wouldn't really want that in your schedule. Just think about it. Like the difference between the course is like, once it's sold, your schedule is as you want it. So, for example, I mostly just sell courses. I do one call a week or like a double call a week with the guys who joined this business program below. And so my day-to-day life is exactly how I want it. I wake up, do my morning routine, I record content, I go to the gym, and that's it. Like I don't actually think about the program. I just make the course. But when you sell coaching, you have to actually like work continually, because the sale is only for the work ahead, not for the work previously like it is for a course. So I've just compared like the difference between what's the process of selling them. But I just want to break this down in a very, very realistic lifestyle example. So this is like the lifestyle you're building with each of these. When you sell a course, you are building the strongest lifestyle known to man. Like literally, I'm not exaggerating. The best lifestyle that is absolutely possible in the modern day is that you sell a low ticket course. You know why? You make your low ticket course, it's $50, $100, right? And it takes you about a weekend to make. From that point on, your only task is literally just making social media content and mentioning the course. Making social media content only needs to take a couple hours a week. So this is my lifestyle. I work about like anywhere from around 4 hours a week when I'm not currently making a course to maybe about like 10 to 15. That means that your lifestyle is as you want it. And selling courses makes a lot of money because a lot of people buy that shit. So it's like you're almost slightly retired, but you also still have the fulfillment of like making money and everything. Like just think about that. The lifestyle is that you bust out the course, and then for the rest of the week, like the rest of your time, the only thing you're doing is like every day or every few days, you sit down, bust out a couple more YouTube videos, bust out some more like Instagram stories and whatever, and then they just mention the course, and then you keep making more money. You do that for a year, one of your YouTube videos blows up, and now you're making 10K, 15K, 25K a month. You do it for longer, and now you've got 100,000 followers on YouTube, 300K on Instagram, you're on 25K a month, 30K a month, and you literally, your only task is just making content. Because the other things in business, of course, there's other tasks like customer service, 3% of people want a refund or whatever. You'll have an assistant that deals with all that. So your only task in this world, in terms of your work, is literally just like script videos and record them, which is probably the most fulfilling task out there, because it's like a high leverage, a scale where you can contribute to the lives of thousands of people giving your advice. That lifestyle means you can do whatever the fuck you want. There's no calls in your schedule. You want to go on a trip every single week, you can do. You want to wake up at 3 a.m. or you want to wake up at 10 a.m., you can do. There's nothing in your schedule. You just sit down and record some videos every couple days. You want to go and train 3 hours a day in the gym? You can. You want to go and like live in an RV and have times where there's no internet connection? You can. You literally like, bro, you're not realizing like there is no lifestyle stronger than that possible in the modern day. And so I have like this belief, which is that you must be at least slightly retarded if you don't sell a low ticket course. It does not matter who you are. If you don't have a low ticket course for sale, you're a fucking retard. You just have to be. It doesn't matter if even you're a football player. Make a fucking low ticket course on how to start on football, how to get into the good teams or whatever. Everyone should have a low ticket course, which is just distilling like the one area of life that they've done really well in, because it will just sell passively. It's like a business model where you can grind it out in a weekend. Once it's done, you spend like 2 to 4 hours a week making content, and you can then go do full-time whatever you want in the world. And after you do this for a minimum of maybe about 6 months, it'll be like a full-time wage, but you only work like 2 to 4 hours a week. So basically, if you don't have a low ticket course for sale, you're a fucking retard, because it's literally the most powerful way for you to live in this world. Just fucking do it. Everyone I speak to who sells coaching or some vague shit, you know how everyone's businesses are just vague as fuck. Oh, I'm a solutions manager or some weird shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck is it that you actually do? I look to everyone and I'm like, just make a fucking course. You make a course on looks maxing as an Indian. You make a course on healthy hair for girls. You make a course on CrossFit. I can spot it, you know what I mean? Like I can see it now from this position. And it's just covering all the bullshit there. Like, oh, but I don't know how to record it. I don't know what topic I should do it on. I don't know if it's going to be good. I've recorded it, but now I'm scared of posting it. And that's why I made my program, which walks people through making the low ticket course and basically telling you, shut the fuck up and just do this fucking step, which is the top link in the description. So if you're being a bitch and you kind of agree with me, you're thinking, holy shit, like that lifestyle would be fucking sick. And there's actually some kind of topic I could actually speak about. I'm a pretty, established kind of person. I've made progress in some areas of life. You want to make a low ticket course. It's like the best fucking action you could do. And the top link in the description is my program where I literally teach you step by step how to actually do the whole process. Literally, I like record my screen. I show you how to set up the sales page and everything like that. So top link, go there. Now let me just counterintuitively explain this now, your lifestyle with coaching. So your schedule is now dictated by your clients. So you wake up and one of the first things you'll do when you're having like your morning shit is go on WhatsApp and there's like 4 messages, 6 messages, and you'll feel this kind of pressure to try and get these guys results because they've bought for the work going ahead, not for the content you produced previously. So you're messaging them like cringe shit. Like I used to wake up, because I've been a coach as well, right? So I used to wake up and I'd copy paste the same message to every one of my clients in the morning, like rise and shine king, what are you going to work on today? It's just fucking cringe. It's like this extra task that if you were rich, you were not going to do. And you're having these conversations where 1 or 2 of your clients at one time are like fucking sick. They'll do whatever you say. They're getting more progress. They're happy. They're social, whatever. But you'll have some calls which you're just like not really looking forward to. So let's say you wake up, you did this morning routine, whatever, and then you've got some calls starting at 12 and you go to the gym at 9. You'll go to the gym, you'll be, enjoying yourself, whatever. And then you'll realize, oh shit, I've got to go shoot back. You wanted to go speak to that girl over there, or you and your like all your friends are going to go and eat some food or something, and you've got to go shoot back to go take this call. Straight away, you're realizing, oh shit, lifestyle's actually kind of worse now. And what's interesting is that you could talk about this as this is like an act of discipline, but it's not, because you'll make more money selling courses anyway. So it's like a worse lifestyle for less money. Retarded. Okay, you're going to go back. You go drive home from the gym. Quickly, you want to shower. You realize, oh, fuck, it's 11:59. You're like kind of fast walking to your desk, quickly logging on. Okay, Zoom, whatever. Okay, it's went to 12 now, whatever. And it's like you don't really pick up on the fact that that's pretty fucking shit that you had to like literally speed walk over, have like a quick shower where you didn't even get that part of your pelvis, which still stinks right now. So if you get a surprise blowjob, it's a bit of a turnoff. You have to like speed walk over. You couldn't have had the time to like, sit and talk to your mother or whatever, or, spend some time, like, a few minutes kind of winding down from the gym because you've got to go take this call. You're up on the call, and most people, the truth is, like, this is why I really don't like coaching calls. And the call that I actually do, I don't actually let anyone speak on it. Everyone uses the live chat instead, and I just kind of I review my students' pages. The reason why is because most people fucking suck at communicating. It's just the case. So when you go onto a call, which is the biggest part of coaching, is like you're going on one-to-one calls with people, you'll realize like people are just so shit at fucking talking and explaining the problem. They'll just yap, and then they'll get nervous and they'll talk about some other thing and some other thing and some other thing, and you have to kind of like just sit there and be polite. And it's like this motherfucker's just yapping for 10 minutes straight. It's like your brain will literally go mindless. It's almost like, it feels like meditation, where it's like your brain will just start to think of things that are more interesting. Then you have to return back to this fucking retard who can't even speak properly, because most people fucking suck at communicating. It's just the case. And if you have a bit of like a commanding presence, if you're a top tier person, or if you're famous like I am, and then when people go on a call with you, they're even more nervous and they're just fucking yapping. They won't stop to actually listen. They'll just fucking yap, and it feels uncomfortable for you to raise your hand and be like, yo, shut the fuck up for a second. Let me actually give you some advice that you fucking paid for, you fucking retard. What the fuck are you just fucking continually talking like, and you're just going off topic. So when I used to do this, I used to like fucking tell people off and say like, bro, you need to reduce the carbs in your diet, because I found that fucking shit speaking skill correlates completely with how many carbs a person eats. And people who don't eat any carbs, they often are very still and they're able to communicate and get their point across. So that's a separate point. But you're dealing with people who've got fucking brain fog and sleep deprivation, and then they get to like literally speak to you and kind of change your energy for 30 minutes, 1 hour. That's not worth the fucking money. Like, honestly, the amount of calls I used to come off where I used to feel like kind of like depressed and sad, or just annoyed, or just like kind of depleted of energy. I used to leave these calls kind of like sweating, because it almost feels like a workout to be forced to listen to someone for 30 minutes, 60 minutes. And again, look, you'll get about 10 to 20% of clients who are fucking sick. They can talk well, they speak really well, they're hype, they're laughing. You ask them how you're doing, they ask you how you're doing, whatever. Awesome. They've turned more like friends. But most people are not going to be like friends as the clients. They're just going to be just clients, and they're going to be kind of annoying. They're, like, a lot of clients you'll have, 10 to 20% of them, you'll literally think, man, even though, they could buy another package from me, I kind of don't even want them to. That's the problem with coaching. Like coaches, like, bro, I'm telling you, most of them don't like their life. And this is the same with all business models where there's a bunch of calls with like the front end clients, customers, whatever. If you've got like an agency or if you take sales calls or all this bullshit, it's like all those people don't like their lives. Because if you were rich, if you weren't poor, you wouldn't actually choose to have this person on a call with you today. You wouldn't choose to have that call. So of course it brings this kind of like grubby kind of energy in the coach themselves. Like I see this every single day because a lot of people are coaches here where I live, and I'm in Bali, and people will be like, oh yeah, I've got 3 coaching calls. Oh, sorry, no, I can't. I've got this call later. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Why is everyone doing so many fucking calls and why are they all so depressed? It's because they don't actually want to speak to these people. They don't want to do that work task. They've just put themselves in a business that they don't even like. And this is for most people. Of course, there's some people who will enjoy these calls, but I'm telling you, it's not like whether or not you enjoy Zoom calls. It's individual people you're speaking to. And a lot of people are just not enjoyable to speak to. A lot of people are not captivating. They yap. Their brains aren't working so well. They've got brain fog. They eat carbs and sugars, and they've got a fucking energy dip and whatever. So it's just not enjoyable to speak to that. So imagine it's like, okay, 12, you've done that 1 hour call. It's pretty frustrating. Now you're going to eat. So you worked out and you had to quickly race back to your fucking computer. Now it's been an hour and like, your muscle protein synthesis, your is that what the phrase? Yeah, whatever. It's like, it's the window, the anabolic windows went down a little bit, not significantly. It's not that big of a deal, but a little bit. In your perfect life, you would have finished the gym and came home and ate and watched a little fitness YouTube video, but you can't because you're a fucking slave to your calendar because some fucking guys booked that slot of your calendar. You had to come race back. And then some people will say, well, have a calendar that kind of lets you have the time that you want. And yeah, you'll assume that. But it takes a fucking very long time to get to the point where you really know what times like you really want to have your calls. And I'm telling you, for most people who have been in the business for about a year or 2 years, they've still got calls all the time at times that they don't like. It's just the way it is. So just you are going to experience that headache when you get into coaching or you sell like a community with the calls inside. This is why I have very minimal calls, and the calls I do have, it's basically me just recording my screen and reviewing our students' content live, and everyone's in the live chat kind of doing it with me at the same time. But no one actually talks other than me inside of the call, because then that way it's like a fucking 25 times more efficient because I'm a phenomenal speaker. You only need to listen to me to make progress in like this business model. So that way it's like my call is actually optimized for this kind of feeling of like, yeah, I actually like my business. The reason why I'm making this video, by the way, is because I made a new friend here in Bali, and he has this business model. Like we're working out together, and he's like angry at his phone, and I'm like, fuck's sake, here we go again. He's like, yeah, this bitch, this fucking client, she's doing this. She said that she's not gonna pay. And I'm like, every time I'm like, bro, holy shit, you fucking hate your business, man. Fucking start a new one, sell a low ticket course. I can't believe, like, why the fuck would you live like this? You don't even like what you do. You don't even make a crazy amount of money anyway. Why are you selling this coaching fucking bullshit where you get these people in your fucking WhatsApp? Like, no one's in my fucking WhatsApp other than like friends and families and, girls I'm interested in and stuff. It's like, I don't have fucking like clients, customers in there. I've got some fucking boundaries, right? Like, so I'm trying to convince my friend, and he is getting convinced, and he's going to record his course even today or tomorrow, actually. Because I just said to him once, I was like, bro, like, everyone should have a course no matter what. Your other thing is you should just have a course. You should just post a couple YouTube videos a week about the course. It's like a 5 hour a week thing, bro, max, like 2 to 4 hour a week thing. I'm trying to convince him and many of my friends who are meeting here, because a lot of people in Bali, they make like 5K a month, 10K a month. But I'm telling you, it's like most people just don't like their businesses. And a big part is because they're more of coaches than they are like sort of course sellers. I am like proudly selling these courses because it's given me the best lifestyle possible. And what's interesting is the customers that I've gotten, they seem more satisfied with courses than they do with coaching anyway. So I am like just hardcore telling you, sell a course, not coaching. Almost everyone who sells coaching hates their life. Almost everyone I meet who sells courses loves their life. They love their life. I'm telling you, it's quite rare that I meet someone who sells a course, but they're always really happy people. They spend as much time as they want at the pool, at the sauna, the gym, whatever, because their schedule's so much more free. They still work pretty hard. They've still got to do this new course, and they're still going to, do the promotions and record this content, whatever. They're still working pretty hard, but it's like they've got the free schedule. There's nothing forcing them to record this or do that at a certain time. So when I meet someone who sells courses, bro, they always seem so much happier. And what I'm telling you is they always seem to make more money as well. Now, the final thing I just want to say as a little bonus is like the constraint of selling a course then is the idea of like often you'll sell a course for cheaper, right? Well, that's what I explained to you. We'll maybe sell a course for $100 or $200 or $300. We might sell coaching for $1,000 or $5,000. Of course, then it's like you need 10 times more sales for the course. But the course business is 10 times easier than the coaching business, first of all. But the big constraint of selling low ticket courses is basically you just need a bit of an audience, right? If you only have a few hundred people who follow you, you could sell a 5K coaching package. But if you only have a few hundred people who follow you, you might sell like one or two $50, $100 courses. And so there's a bit of a difference. So the real game, once you've made a course, like the real business is not actually the course. The real business is growing on social media, which when you think about it, bro, that's the real business for all businesses these days, is just mastering social media. The beautiful thing about the course is that once you've made it, there's no other task other than just mastering social media. So all your attention goes into the one place of highest leverage. That is the single biggest benefit I need you to keep in your mind. The biggest benefit of selling a course is that all your attention will go on mastering social media, posting content and growing your audience, as opposed to actually delivering for the client, messaging them, going on calls, setting up the sales system, doing all the sales calls. All of that is like invisible work that nobody really gives a shit about. The big thing is how much can you grow on social media these days? And with a course, you don't have to think about anything other than just growing on social media. This is why I made my program, which literally, like if this video was interesting to you, I made my program ECC, Educational Content Creators, where I literally walk you through the exact autistic steps on how to make the low ticket course and how to grow on social media, the exact business model that I do that's given me the best lifestyle in the world. It's the best business model in the world. Hands down, there's no arguments about that. It's the top link in the description. And I literally help you. Like I look at my students' YouTube channels, videos, courses, sales page, and I literally tell them like what to say, what to do, whatever. So if you can follow instructions, you can get results inside of this. Top link in the description. Goodbye.